Hi, this is Lorraine, and I've been guided to do another video. If you'll give me a minute to clear, center, and balance my energy, we'll get started. It's been a while. The way the information's coming through is much different, and how I'm guided to share the information is a little different. This morning, very clear message or what came to me was transcending humanity, moving to the next cycle, and that's essentially the theme of this video. There are 3 areas that I'll be covering. They will be in the description, so you can click on the timestamp to get to wherever you want to go. But there's 3 separate topics. There may be other information provided within those topics, but I'm going to try to keep it as straightforward as possible. So we are going to start with the first area, which keeps coming in consistently, and that is karma. 3D karma versus 5D karma. And so as we transition to a higher level of consciousness, how we address karma is going to be a little different. At a 3D level, at this level of consciousness that we've been at here on Earth, which has been titled or defined as a 3D level of consciousness, we are dealing with life from the perception of separation, and as a result, we are dealing with individual karma. So because we perceive ourselves as separate, we create or manifest karma on an individual level. So how we interact with each person, each animal, each circumstance is dealt with on an individual level. So we have been creating karma from a place of separation or individuality, or from this perceived place of separation and individuality. We created that karma, and now we are releasing that karma. We are at the end of a very large cycle, and this is not just about one lifetime, this is about many lifetimes. Many lifetimes karma we have incurred or built up over many lifetimes, and that is perceived as positive and negative karma, right? We perceive it as good karma or bad karma, right? We have built up that karma over these lifetimes, and now we are releasing that karma. At the end of this cycle, this major cycle of thousands of years, we release individual karma that was incurred at this 3D level of consciousness, and we transcend to a higher level of consciousness, to a 5D level of consciousness, or a different level of consciousness. I use the word higher, but I don't feel like that's appropriate. But when we work from language, and we're working from a society that is very deeply steeped in a hierarchy, and I've been conditioned to use these terms, it's kind of hard to break out of it, but it is hard to break out of it. But we are just moving to a different level of consciousness. We are evolving to a different level of consciousness, and as we evolve to this level of consciousness, which has been termed 5D, we move to a different karmic cycle. as we start this process of unifying duality, as we understand that duality is a construct, it doesn't truly exist. Good and bad do not truly exist. Left and right do not truly exist. Hot and cold do not truly exist. These are perceptions that we have based on the reality that we are living in. Our consciousness has created this reality. The divine consciousness has created this reality. The divine consciousness has created the foundation of this reality. We exist within this physical reality, perceiving ourselves as separate, perceiving duality. But at higher levels of consciousness or at unity, there is no left and right. There is only unity. There's only one. Okay, so all these, this idea of separation is a construct. Okay, really, and one of the things I've struggled with recently is speaking in a way that people cannot understand. When I say this reality is a construct, when we see people suffering, and I say pain and joy are constructs, right? That could be off-putting for people, for many people. But as we evolve to this level of consciousness where we are starting to become aware that duality is a construct and it truly doesn't exist, we lift ourselves out of this idea of suffering, right? We lift ourselves out of it and we remove ourselves of it because we have evolved past that perception. And so at this stage of our evolution, it's very important for me to speak to this truth. And if this does not resonate with you, then it's okay, and you don't have to watch this video. But this is very important for us to understand as we evolve, transcend, ascend, however you want to perceive it, to this new perception of our reality. From a 5D level of consciousness, we will be dealing with the collective consciousness and the collective karma that has been created on Earth. As we end this cycle from a 3D level, we have released separation, we have released our individual karma. We let that go. We will not carry that to the 5D. We will not carry that with Mother Earth to this different level of consciousness, to this 5D level of consciousness, to this perception of ourselves as being unified, being whole, being interconnected, not separate, but part of one another, connected to one another. So at this 5D level of consciousness, we will be working on collective karma. And what does that mean? I think the easiest way to explain that is if we go to a more esoteric perspective. Maybe more easily or readily accessible is the harm we have caused Earth as a people. So I didn't go out and pollute the oceans. I didn't spill oil, or I didn't put chemicals in the water, in our fresh lakes, in our soil. I didn't dump, right? We could say corporations may have done that. Individuals, maybe some individuals somewhere on the planet have done that. Maybe governments have done that. But we have caused great harm to Mother Earth. So we as a people, humanity, are responsible to balance that karma. We are responsible for healing this world. And as we heal this world, we together as a people, we will start to evolve and grow and come together even stronger. So right now we understand, maybe intuitively, maybe we feel it in our body, maybe intellectually, we understand that we are interconnected. But as we start to move forward as a people and we start to act collectively, unified, those connections will become very apparent in our physical world. And it will become apparent in our physical world because as we unify as a people, we heal each other. And as we heal each other, we heal the planet. My faith is in the divine consciousness, fully. But as I walk through this world, my faith is not placed in any government or any currency or any education system. My faith is placed in the innate goodness of humanity. As much as we struggle and as many faults and flaws that we have as individuals or as a people, I see goodness in people all the time. It resides within all of us. And my faith is placed in the goodness of humanity. That goodness that we have within and that we are going to share with one another will heal this world. And that is done through the unconditional love that we share with one another. And as we raise our vibration and we understand that duality doesn't exist, there is no left or right, there is no black or white, there is no good and evil. And as we embrace that and embody that and share unconditional love with the world, that's where healing begins. And that is the root of a 5D consciousness. When we truly live that authentically, that is the root of healing for this world. The next topic was we don't teach. So we don't teach one another. We should not be seeking someone to teach us how to do anything. And one of the things I was always guided to never seek anything outside myself. I was always guided to look within. I took a class on, it was called Psychic 1, but really was a meditation. It taught me how to clear my energy, like bring in the light. And it taught me what the clairs were. But I would say within 2 weeks after taking that class, I was so profoundly guided in a way that showed me a different way of doing things. So what that class did was give me the foundation to kind of reach out or look within to receive guidance. And the second I did that, the second I opened myself up to guidance, angels, guides, however you want to look at it, just took me and just started running with me and like giving me information, telling me, helping me, guiding me, showing me what, where I was meant to be, how I was meant to be. But it really wasn't someone telling me anything. It was through the process of self-awareness as they guided me through my trauma and showed me my interconnectedness through my past lives. I also did 4 past life regressions, but after that, I just started channeling them. All that information started putting me on my path. and showing me what I needed to be aware of, what I needed to work on within myself. And I just took it and ran. But what was clear was I wasn't supposed to go outside myself. I wasn't supposed to seek a guru. I wasn't supposed to seek anybody to tell me what to do or how to do it. And the message came in, we are not meant to seek people to teach us. We are meant to find the people in our lives that inspire us and remind us of what we already know. Okay? I found that many times I would be watching something or talking to someone, and they would be speaking and sharing wisdom, right? Their wisdom, their experience. And they would just be reminding me of things I already know to be true. And it was very emotional when those experiences happened. I would almost always be in tears or getting choked up. But it's important to remind you that everything you need to know already lies within. We seek and find everything we need to know within us. And what came in very strong is if someone is trying to teach you something and tell you this is the way it needs to be done or this is the way it should be done, they are directing or coercing your thought. They are directing and coercing the flow of energy, and that is a manipulation of the flow of energy. No one is meant to manipulate the flow of energy. Everything is meant to flow as it is meant to flow. The divine consciousness comes through and gives us and shares with us everything we need to know from a place of absolute unconditional love. And if we stayed within that flow, we would have no friction, no discord, and everything would move as it is meant to move. But when we resist or we are coerced or manipulated away from path and purpose, away from what we are meant to do, that's when we start to experience friction and discord in our experience. Okay? The third thing is I had very strong vision. It was very emotional, very profound. I have 3 dragons that I work with. My main dragon is very large, huge, massive, and 2 smaller dragons, but they all are most powerful dragons. They all serve a different purpose, and the dragons to me always represent fields of energy. My dragon has morphs. We morph into and out of one another. We are intimately connected. So when I'm with Archazalia, I am not riding Archazalia. I am within Archazalia. He puts me in his heart. It's very difficult to, and he protects me. And I really can't, I don't want to try to explain that to you, but he holds me inside and protects me. There have been occasions where I see myself on his back, but essentially whenever we are working, doing intense energy work, he carries me within. The vision I had was us flying across the planet, and we were destroying what might be considered sacred sites. We were destroying the pyramids in Egypt. We were destroying the pyramids in the Aztec and Incan pyramids. We were destroying any what we might consider Easter Island, the statues on Easter Island. We were destroying these structures because these structures first are old, they're from the past, and they're tools of manipulation. They were tools that were placed on the earth to control and manipulate the energy, the flow of energy on this planet. There is a whole, I guess, area of study on these ancient civilizations or ancient technologies or technologies we don't understand. All of these structures and technologies destroyed their civilizations. These civilizations no longer exist because they destroyed themselves with this technology. All technology, whether we are aware of it as humans on the surface or not, whether the governments are aware of it, whether secret organizations are aware of other technologies, all of these technologies will not be utilized and they will be destroyed. As I was flying with Arcazalia, he was like using his fire breath, I guess, and that's a metaphor to destroy these sites. And you may still see the physical structures, but the message was very clear. All of these these technologies destroyed their civilizations, and they will not be brought forth again. To research and covet these technologies is old thinking, and it's a way to coerce people and keep people in a lower vibration, in a 3D mindset. Coveting is a lower vibration. It is a 3D mindset. And what comes through very strong, or what has come through for years for me, is the profound nature of Uluru, which is a rock in Australia. I think it's near Melbourne, but I could be wrong, or near that part of the continent. Uluru, very, very profound. I do much work. I do so much work in Uluru. It is a natural conduit in the flow of energy on Mother Earth. And there have been attempts to control or restrain that energetically. And I think I remember seeing I can't remember what they call it, but railings they use so people can climb up on the rock. Like, that would be a tool to try to control, manipulate, and oppress that energy by having people crawl or walk on the rock itself. Because the rock itself, the sound in and of itself, shifts the flow of energy. So if there's someone walking on there and creating an echo, even as insignificant as humans might think that is, that rock is a profound conduit of energy on this world. And I do a lot of work there on clearing it and protecting it and using it as a tool to heal Mother Earth. So my point is that all these, let's call it man-made structures, ancient buildings, structures, pyramids, were all tools used to manipulate the flow of energy on this world. And they destroyed the civilizations that created them. From this point forward, we, humanity, transcending humanity, will use the natural flow of energy on this world. We will use the natural sites, tools like Uluru, to create change not only on this world but in this universe. We are at a place where we will honor all things. We will honor nature. We will honor each other. We will honor the water. We will honor all things on this world. And we will heal it. And as we heal this world, we will heal the universe. This is our role. As a collective, this is our path and purpose. So the next phase is us, after we've all of Transcending Humanity, who has now released and healed our individual karma, will now heal and work through and release our collective karma. This is just another phase in our evolution and our path and purpose as beings in this universe. Okay? I think that's a good place to stop. All right. Thank you.